Minister of Planning and Development Penelope Beckles, who holds responsibility for the environment locally, today warned that Caribbean women could be placed at a disadvantage as the region comes to terms with the effects of the climate crisis.
Ryan Beju is standing by to bring us the latest on this. Ryan, we're also headed towards a critical time in the negotiations, especially on some key issues.
It certainly is. That's the big focus now. Can small island negotiators get something out of this COP27 conference to take back to their nations next week? All eyes on Egypt tonight as the COP27 conference turns towards the high-level negotiations next week. Negotiations continued on Thursday with views being shared on loss and damage, finance, the global goal and adaptation, which could be completed by Friday. TNT's lead climate negotiator, Kishan Kumar Singh, told CNC3 News the region of small island states continues to engage constructively in the negotiations towards a conclusion which could stretch into the weekend. Speaking to us before he headed into negotiations on Thursday morning, Kumar Singh hailed the agenda item of loss and damage funding as a step forward for small islands.
The inclusion of that agenda item, in my view, is a major win for small island states and Trinidad and Tobago in particular.
As Kumar Singh stated TNT's case to the world at the UN conference, Minister of Planning and Development Penelope Beckles headlined a panel discussion on Gender Lens, Invest for Caribbean Resilience, warning the impacts of climate finance is affecting Caribbean women disproportionately. The minister said everyday women must not be forgotten in the climate conversation. She was also scheduled to speak at another side event on aligning climate finance flows with Caribbean countries, but that was postponed. Some disorganization on the part of the organizers, which has become a common complaint here in Egypt. Now, tomorrow, U.S. President Joe Biden will fly into Egypt and deliver a speech before flying out. We understand from a U.S. reporter, she told me that he might just spend about 3 hours here before leaving for the G20 summit. Now, his speech is always an important one, but it becomes even more key given all of the climate finance talk that has been surrounding this conference since the very start of it. Last week, French President Emmanuel Macron said at this conference that Europeans have been paying. Now it's time for other nations to pay up as well.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Some really, really good information there. Well,